Welcome back to Master Your Ash. Today, we're going to be smoking the AJ Fernandez 20th anniversary in Toro. This is a 6x56 ring gauge Toro cigar coming to us courtesy of AJ Fernandez. It's got a very beautiful band on it with the black and gold. It says Esteli Nicaragua on it and has the wonderful little AJ monogram right here on the back side. Treble cap at the top, very distinguishable. Mine has a little bit of a lift on the wrapper, but not a big deal as it's just at the cap where we're going to cut. And if you notice, there is a microphone now. So if you were part of the Cigars Unbanded live stream, this will be the actual first episode recorded using a boom mic of sorts, condenser mic, right? And just another improvement. Wanted to hopefully get better quality audio on the channel and also for the live streams particularly. The AJ Fernandez 20th anniversary. So this was given to me a couple of weeks ago by Mr. Albert Pena. You all know him in the Cigars Unbanded Discord as Albert, Cigar Glue Albert. But Albert is a local resident here with me in Las Vegas. Really a good friend to get to know over the last couple of times that we've been able to smoke a cigar together. So shout out to Albert. Thank you so much for gifting me this, and I thoroughly look forward to reviewing this, brother. I hope that it lives up to all of the hype. And the MSRP is $25. Both the Toro and the Belicoso are Nicaraguan puros, using tobaccos that AJ Fernandez claims to be the very best from his various farms across Central America. When Albert and I met up just the other month, he handed me this, told me that it really blew him away, took him by surprise. So I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, a little bit more on the expensive side for AJ Fernandez, right? I've been captivated in the past by the Nicaraguan series. Those are like a $5, $6 MSRP in most states and absolutely fantastic. There's a traditional AJ spice note that you get on the retrohale, complemented by a slight rancio barrel note that you get like a woody kind of flavor on your palate, along with a little bit of chocolate, bittersweet on the back end of the blend. So overall, not bad to start off with. The spice is damn near stings the nostrils. We're gonna smoke this down about 5 or 10 minutes, and I'll be back with the first third. Smoking on down the first third now of our AJ 20th. As we move through the first third, the pepper, and it is a sharp mixture between black and white pepper, has been manageable. At times, it has been a little bit punchy, but one of the things that's really just dramatically increased as we've moved towards the back nine of the first third has been the amount of salt that's present on it. Very salinic, almost maritime in its way. I don't know if it's because of all the woody notes that come across on this particular blend, because there's a lot of that tannin, that wood tannin, rancio, old, musty, kind of rich, heavily fermented tobacco. But the combination with that and the black pepper leaves a fair amount of salinity on the palate. I personally don't find the cigar that offensive. I find it interesting and, I guess, extremely rich. This is definitely for the AJ fan that wants that like over the top, smack you in the face, really bold blend. Back smoking this down, the pepper on it, the boldness of the blend, the intensity, it's a little bit too much for my particular palate. It's outside of my usual range that I enjoy. The mustiness, the salinity mixed with the spice, and the wood notes on it, man, just like cedar chips, wood chips, mesquite, applewood, smoked tobacco. Definitely a fine pairing for your whiskeys of the world, especially in the bourbon category. I think that pairing this up with some really heavy bourbon definitely help it out in the blend a little bit, kind of add back in some of that sweetness that we're missing, offsetting some of the salty maritime kind of notes that you get at times, is a $25 MSRP. That is the crux of the argument when it comes to this period for me. It's a 20th anniversary. It's celebrating a very special achievement for any brand in any field whatsoever, much less in the cigar field, in the cigar realm. You know, to make it 20 years with the cigar brand, that's a big deal. I just wish that there was a little bit more finesse to the blend and not as much of a, I see, it's hard to say because it's like, well, what do you expect from AJ kind of thing? It's like, he's going to give you something bold, right? but I guess it makes sense. It's not the blend for me. I'm probably going to wrap it up here because I don't expect any major shifts in the final third. I'm not planning on smoking it much further than this. Pairing recommendations with this, I think a lot of your great bourbons that are out there add in some sweetness to the blend, along with definitely the scotches. You know, whether they're blended or single malts, I think that all of them present their own unique kind of pairing that you can make with this particular blend of cigars. I think that for the single malts, something that doesn't have a ton of parts per million, you know, try to stay away from the eyeless stuff if you can, because there's going to be enough of that coming in from the cigar blend. I don't think that you need to add to it to try to enhance that. I think that really what you want to focus on are the Highland malts, where you get that honey heather note, that nice little kind of orange blossom to the scotch. I think that those complementary malty sweet notes, just like with the bourbon having a little bit of that corn sweetness on the palate, are going to really be where the pairing lies. I don't believe that this is a single stick worthy cigar for me personally. If you're a fan of AJ and you like the bold blends by AJ and various blenders that blend bold like AJ, you're gonna like this cigar. And I think that it's definitely worthy of you trying. But if you're not a fan of the really bold blends and you're looking for the nuance that you get off of like the Lamperts and the Atabays and Selected and all that other fun stuff like the Byrons and whatnot, this is probably not going to be for you. It's a little bit too heavy-handed on the pepper notes, especially in the black pepper kind of category. It's a little bit too heavy-handed in the spice, the boldness, the intensity, all of that. It covers up the really fine points to me of the blend, which is that chocolate that you get off of the first third, second third, the balance and the way that it plays with the slight mesquite wood that you get. With all that being said, thank you all so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, continuing to grow the community here. Cigars Unbanded is every Thursday at 6:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can catch Hound Dog, Alchemist, myself, along with Peter from the Cigar Collective, Roger from Working Man Cigars, Felipe from Cigar Side Chats, and Mr. Mike, the carpenter of cigars, Cigar Carpenter. Shout out to Small Batch. They have partnered with us for the Cigars Unbanded. Great to have them on board. Looking forward to it. And remember, Patreon with Master Your Ash equals Discord for Cigars Unbanded. Always. I look forward to catching you again for another AJ Fernandez cigar review.